Do you remember the 1st of July? What up? What up? Hey, USA, all those good things. All right, we got all that out the way. How you doing today? Kelvin Rozier, that's him. I'm Bryan Fulford alongside Kelvin Rozier. This is 2/3 of the O&G StrikeZone. We think at some point in this show, you will see the third member of the team, Marcus Green. We think and we hope. So we'll fingers crossed, prayers up. There we go. And we'll see what happens tonight. But how you doing? How you doing, Kelvin, man?
Man, I'm doing well, man. It's a lot of things, non-FAMU sports that's going on. I'm enjoying soccer. I want to see what the USA men do, but I have to say, man, the African country's been representing on and off the field.
If you know, you know, right? Yeah, definitely. I haven't been able to watch today, but I know who was it? Senegal was up 2-0,
yeah,
and going into like the somewhere in what the
84 minutes.
Yeah,
my assumption is they won. I stopped watching it.
No, actually, no. Belgium won. It went into extra time. Belgium ended up winning. No, I'm not. Apparently, there was a controversial penalty which tied the game up at 2. And
it was like 84 minutes left, and it was 2-0.
They scored another goal on a penalty kick, I believe, in the 89th minute. Heartbreak, man. And then, I mean, so yeah, no, the knockout round, there have been some good matches. I don't think there's only maybe been a handful, one or two of the matches have been blowouts. Everything's been close, man. USA is taking on Bosnia Herzegovina right now.
Hey, Bryan, before you get into it, man, I just got to. We talked about it a little bit off air. There's some interesting things going on in the NBA, man.
Okay, yeah, we're jumping to the NBA. Okay, yeah, no, I mean,
bruh, I'm just saying. I don't know the last time I've seen an all-white starting lineup.
It's what since Kentucky took the floor against the 1962 Texas Western men's basketball team, have we seen an all-white starting five?
Man, and then superstars moving everywhere. Did you see Boston sent Jaylen Brown to the Sixers?
I just caught that. Probably maybe about an hour ago as I was driving, to to my sister's crib here,
bruh.
And they gave up nothing. I'm sorry. Paul George is a shell of who he used to be. They gave up absolutely nothing.
Oh, the Sixers, absolutely. Yeah.
And the Sixers
just future round first picks, but hell, they win those now anyway.
Yeah, what are those? Yeah. I mean those, you get those back, and
Hey, man, you get Jaylen Brown down them picks.
Exactly. And you still have Edgecombe, you still have
Yeah,
Maxey. All you
yeah,
need is to get lucky and Embiid to be healthy for like half a
yeah,
season, the second half of the
yeah.
season. If
The
Embiid is
second
healthy,
half, right?
come
Yeah,
on, man. That's a big four. That's a
that
big
is
four.
legit.
I don't know. I saw the
And
odds.
all of
I
them,
saw the odds.
and all of them will be in their prime is outside Embiid,
Yeah,
and
no,
if
I
yeah,
saw the odds. I saw the odds on the Sixers, and I'm like, that's good. That's good. That's good spending if you got
yeah,
it compared to some of the other stuff I've seen out there.
yeah, man.
Speaking of free agent moves, I mean, could it really happen? Could it happen? I mean, the man has eligibility
Yeah,
left, Kelvin.
yeah,
The man has
yeah.
eligibility left. It could happen, could it not?
I'll sign off on it.
What's preventing it from happening? That's
Uh,
right. That's right. Hey, shout out to whoever did that with the FAMU men's
yeah,
basketball account.
That was well played.
Yeah, well played. Shout out to man. LeBron's not going back to LA.
Yeah,
And
you go from LeBron to an international team.
Tell
You
me
know
about
where?
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, all kinds of stuff going on out in the world of sports, man. And got the tennis going on, Wimbledon.
Yep.
Serena tried to come out of retirement, and
she actually played better than what I expected, to be honest, considering how long it's been since she's played competitively.
Yeah.
She actually had a chance to win.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Went 3 sets.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good stuff, man. Well, and hey, there is some HBCU sports related SWAC news floating around out there as well. We can actually say, let me pull it up. We know officially now SWAC football media days are coming. And it's heavy on the. You remember last year we were talking about there didn't seem to be a lot of quarterbacks last year.
Yep.
Well, look at this year. Just in the East alone, 5 of the 6 teams are bringing their starting quarterback, presumed starting quarterback, and then you have 2 more quarterbacks from the West.
Yeah. And I made a comment. I noticed I caught Dr. Cavill's show and they kind of someone kind of noted what I noticed, and what I said was that you can tell for the most part the contenders, because the contenders bringing his quarterbacks.
I always believe that. I always believe that if you're a contender, you're bringing your quarterback. I got to do my research here. Cornelius Brown the fourth, playing his 8th year of college. That Cornelius Brown the 8th is kind of what that should be. Of course, the returning SWAC champion, or I should say returning SWAC player of the year, Andrew Body.
Right.
The SIEC player of the year, Isaiah Knowles.
Yep.
Jared Lockhart, who, he looked pretty good when you saw him late in the year. I'm not too familiar with Josh Brown. I'm going to have to do some research on Josh Brown. Jalen Tolbert of Alcorn is returning. This is his 2nd year, so I know a few Alcorn folks have some optimism. Mm-hmm. And then Cameron McCoy, if I'm not mistaken, I think that young man has been in the program for a year or 2, although I don't know how many games.
But he transferred from what was it, Grambling?
Is that where he did?
Yeah, he was at another SWAC school before he transferred to Alabama A&M.
Okay.
I don't know if it was Southern or Grambling, but it was one of them.
Okay. Well, of course, joining Isaiah will be Antonio Kamen. So that's who Coach Gray brought with him. What do you think about the bringing Kamen along?
Well, I thought, if you watch the Howard game, I thought he was on his way to get about 10 sacks last year. He was pretty dominant in that game. I think he might have got a little nicked up at one time, but all I know is his playing time went down for whatever reason. I didn't understand. We didn't use him as much, and we were struggling for pass rush ability. He's long. He's got that Isaiah Land type frame and athletic. And like I say, he came out the gates, firing on all cylinders. So I don't know what happened last year, but it makes sense to me. He's been around. He transferred in, stuck with the program, and evidently he's made an impression on the new staff. Okay. We'll ask Coach when he comes on.
B. Starks said that McCoy came from Southern.
Okay, yeah, I know it was one of them.
Yeah. Well, at the bottom of the hour, we're going to have our FAMU's defensive coordinator joining us. And just in case you didn't know who that is, Ryan Lewis Sr. will be joining us here at the bottom of the hour. He has, in his time in the SWAC, he's had some of the best defenses in the SWAC while he was at Alabama State from 22 to 24. Those 3 seasons, his defense was rated as one of the top defenses
in FCS.
FCS, okay.
Yeah. Not only in conference, in FCS.
So we'll, and then of course last year he was at UAB, and we will get a chance to find out from him what the plans look like for this season on the defensive side of the ball. So I know you guys in the chats will have a lot of questions, I'm sure, for Coach Lewis, and so we look forward to talking to him. A Wildcat, huh? But hey, he's on the
good, now.
He's with the good guys now. He's with the good guys now. So can't wait to talk to Coach Lewis coming up here at the bottom of the hour. But let's do what we always like to do before we get into one of the big headline news stories that's shaking up Rattler Nation. Let's get to the roll call here and say hey to the few folks who are joining us. Want to encourage anyone who's watching us on social media. If you're on Facebook, hopefully you're on the Black College Sports Network or the O&G StrikeZone Facebook page. On Twitter, say hello to everybody that's watching on X. I still call it Twitter. Instagram Live. I know we got the Instagram Live O&G StrikeZone page hooked up, so we might have some folks jumping in there as well. And then, of course, YouTube. My JBN Online is our Jericho Broadcast Network's YouTube page, but we also stream on the O&G StrikeZone YouTube page as well. First up, Jimmy Mack. Good evening, of course. And, hey, good evening, Rattlers. Thank you, BCSN crew, top producer of Black College Sports Podcast. Well, appreciate you, Jimmy. Thank you for supporting, all your support. Always want to encourage anybody who's looking and want to catch the podcast of any of our shows on the Black College Sports Network. Go to the BCSN Pod Zone, BCSN Pod Zone. That's on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast. You can hear our show, catch up on the Carlos Brown Show on Saturdays, catch up Dr. Cavill's shows, the Sports Wrap with myself and AD Drew. Good stuff. Always some good stuff. And wherever you go, like, subscribe, share, and review if you wouldn't mind. Roger's checking in with the people. Emmett Jones. Good to have you, Emmett. Thank you for checking in. Bull, good to see you, Rattler. Thank you. Ken, checking in. Thank you for being a JBN subscriber. B Starks, also another JBN subscriber on our YouTube page. Thank you for joining and being a part. We appreciate you. Edwin Moore. Good evening, Edwin. Some very sad news out of the Southern family.
Yeah.
We'll get to that coming up later. Found it, and I was reminded of a very interesting nugget regarding that. Well, I didn't want to. Well, we'll talk about it a little bit later. I don't want to. Some of you have already heard, but we'll get into it here a little bit later. Mary 305. Hey, Mary.
What up, guys?
Thank you for being a JBN subscriber. Ashton Harris. Good evening.
What up, Pico?
Mm-hmm. Good evening, Troy.
Fat Mouth Sports.
Troy. Yeah. Makiba West. Hey, Makiba.
Thank you, y'all.
Being a JBN subscriber and joining us tonight. Meredith. Hey, Meredith.
Hey, Meredith.
Subscriber. Thank you very much. JT. Good to see you, JT.
JT.
Marcus. What up, fam? I feel like it's been a minute since we've seen you, Marcus. I'm glad glad you're able to check out a live show. I know Marcus will check in.
All the Marcus has been missing in action lately.
It's summertime. It's summertime, man. You know, Marcus has got things to do. Zeke Love. Yeah, hey, we're going to talk about it in a minute. Coach Ward out there making moves.
Yes, sir.
I ran into Coach Laz this weekend while I was up in Atlanta for our live period at Lake Point, man, and he is really excited. And we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But FAMU basketball, if you didn't get on the bandwagon last season, you better hurry up. The bus will be full after this year. That's all I'm going to tell you. So tickets will be hard to come by. So you better jump on now. I'm just telling you. Jump on now. Little baby, what's up, little baby?
Hey,
thank you for checking in. Alice McCullough on Facebook. Hey, Alice. 561 Palm Beach
in the house.
Exactly. Hello. What up?
Hello.
Good to see you, Hello. Thank you. Good friend, the Rattlers in Arms.
What's going on, Rick?
Good to have you. Thank you. We'll talk about some of the news that they got going on.
Yep.
Sweet. What up, Sweet? Thank you for joining. Thank you for being a JBN subscriber. Melissa Wilson in the house.
Had a great time.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, okay. Give us a recap of the FAMU DRS Be Out Day. Good stuff. Let me see.
You back from Africa?
Demetria?
You back, dog? You back?
out there celebrating with them folk. Good to have you back, Demetria. Thanks for checking in. Let me see. Jimmy Mack. I still don't know what Jimmy Mack's talking about on that one, but let me see. It's the host of the Carlos Brown Show. Carlos Brown.
Hello, Carlos.
Checking in. Good to have you, Carlos. There he is. Rick checking in on Facebook. Kenya. Hey.
What's up, Kenya?
Hey, they hacked Kenya's Twitter all up, didn't they?
Yeah. She buying cars and houses and things.
Man, I didn't know what was going on. Had me searching for crypto for a quick second, and then I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, what is this?" I hope I didn't get hacked, but woo, had me nervous for a second. I'm like, "What is Kenya doing?" Because when Kenya make moves, I'm like, "Man, I might need to follow along." Road Dog. Home of the official bootleg New York Knicks merch. Yeah, well.
Yeah. Go ahead and enjoy the New York Knicks because the Mets and the Yankees, I don't know what they got going on right now.
Hey, look, I saw some of the official merch that was coming from Fanatics with the crooked logo. Look, I know the bootleggers do better work than what I was seeing coming out of Fanatics. So, see, that's what I said. I know you've been here, Marcus. Just checking in. Good to see you, brother. Always check in. Yeah, we're going to talk about the strike tour. Exactly. The Central Florida Strike Tour, July 11th. We're going to talk about it here in just a second.
Yep. And we're going to have a special guest next week.
Carrie Daniels checking in. Good to see Carrie.
Duval.
ELG 8913 checking in. Obviously, shouting out the high. We know where
What's
that
up, Griffin?
Joe Banks checking in. Good to see you. What's a hollow? Oh yeah, James Austin on Facebook.
What's up, the high?
When we can find them, James? That's the best I can tell you.
Yeah, it ain't for lack of effort. At least not with the AD for sure.
Yeah. What is this? Jimmy Mack said. What other sport would he play in?
Yeah, he never played college ball, but
football was.
We joking. I mean,
I
don't think they let pro players play anymore anyway. But
I don't know. I don't know. LSU. What LSU out there trying to do? Again, he's got eligibility. Never went to college, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, hey, speaking of hoops, one of the biggest stories over the course of the week happens to come and involves FAMU men's basketball as Coach Charlie Ward. And they have brought in their FAMU's highest rated recruit. As this past Saturday, the Rattlers got the commitment from Camden Cooper, who's from Jacksonville. He announced on Instagram that he's going to join the Rattlers after he finishes his 2027 year. He's a senior, a rising senior. So he's class.
He reclassified though.
Oh, so
he reclassified to the 27 class.
Okay, so originally he was supposed to be 28.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, obviously reports will vary on the star ratings, but Cooper's rated a 3-star by Rivals.com and a 4-star on ESPN, which if it is, obviously those metrics all vary, but the 4-star would put him in the ranking as the highest rated recruit in program history. He's a 6'7" guard forward. Had a lot of Power 4 offers, including our neighbors down the road, Florida State and Texas A&M.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say is look at the feet, look at the size. I mean, I don't know what them. I wear 14s. I'm thinking those are at least 15, 16s. I'm sorry.
He may not be finished growing.
That part is very true. He may have another. He may still be growing, but there you can see Camden with Coach Ward, and that's Coach Lazarus to the right. Then also I believe that is his family there with him in the picture. So good to see Camden joining. Looking at a quote, I found a quote here in this article that Gerald wrote from the Tallahassee Democrat via his Instagram. He says, 100% committed. I'm very grateful to join the family and to play under Coach Ward, Coach Lazarus, and the rest of the staff. Rattler Nation, let's work. It's awesome. Cooper spent the 2026 season at Allen D. Neese High School after transferring from St. John's Country Day School. The Neese Panthers,
St. Augustine,
went 20-7 last year. He holds a high school career average of 17.7 a game, 3.4 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 1.9 steals, and a half a block per game. So expecting to see. What's your thoughts on just the signing and, go USA?
So I've talked with and we have a coach on soon, Coach Laz actually, who handles a lot of the recruiting and scheduling. And what I would say is what I told him. I love that the staff has come to FAMU and they are recruiting like they would anywhere else.
Yes.
Their expectations and how they approach things is no different. If you look at the camps, if you look at the caliber of talent we bring it in, even the fact, you look at this class, which I know we'll talk about a little later, and how we bringing in international kids and length and guys who got accolades, who have options. I'm 100% on board, and of course, I said we would be top 4. Wouldn't shock me if we finished in the top 2 last year, and it would not shock me if we win quite a few auto conference games this year, as well as win the SWAC, regular season and postseason. That's the trajectory that we're on. That's the expectations I have, but more important, that's the expectation that the staff and the players have. So,
yeah,
let's go to work.
Yeah, it's a professionally run organization, is what I'm seeing.
Yep.
And when you run like a professional organization, regardless of some of the challenges that you deal with, things get done. You find a way for things to get done, and that's what I'm saying. So
it still ain't easy, but
no, by no means.
But the mindset is the same.
And hey, exactly. The challenges are immense, especially being a mid-major and then a low-resource mid-major. It's challenging. And the one thing that I will talk as I think about this recruiting class, one thing that Coach Lazarus told me is that these are good quality people that are coming to FAMU, that are already at FAMU. So, and that's important. I remember when we talked to Coach Ward, he talked about that, about the character. Not only do you want people who are wanting to work hard, that are wanting to buy in, that wanting to grow, but you're also there because you want people who are the right kind of people for the type of person he is and the type of people his staff are.
That's right.
And so you're seeing quality talent, and it took a minute, but quality talent ends up coming, and that's the good thing. So it should be noted, I also forgot, JJ Joseph, who was also one of the first recruits of the 20 of this upcoming season. He was a 3/4 star recruit. Correct. So this is the second, I don't know how you say it, the second season or the second recruiting class with a 3/4 star, which again, we are a mid-major, and that is huge. So congratulations. Welcome to the family, Camden. We may have to reach out and see if we can get Camden on at some point and just kind of talk to the young man and get a chance to, feel him out and figure out how we can continue to support him in the upcoming season at Jacksonville. So we'll do that as well. Yeah, I noticed that. Somebody said he's from Nice. Nice is where Tebow played. I did recognize that.
Yep,
I did. Okay. Well, hey, let's get ready to take our first break because we got our first guest coming up after the break. That's going to be Coach Ryan Lewis on the other side, and we look forward to talking to the FAMU football defensive coordinator who's had some of the best defenses in the SWAC. And we're going to talk to him about what folks can expect from this FAMU defense in the upcoming season. So we're excited to talk to him. So you guys hang tight, get some questions ready. Any good questions that you got, feel free to drop them in the chat. And if time permits, we'll get to them. Coming up right on the other side of this break, Coach Ryan Lewis. You're watching the O&G StrikeZone right here on the Black College Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment.
From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
If you've ever told yourself, I want to get into real estate but don't know where to start, here's something just for you. From Friday, July 31st to Sunday, August 2nd, the Learn Real Estate Fast Masterclass is coming to McKenzie Office Park in College Park. You'll learn wholesaling, commercial investing, and how to purchase property with zero money or credit. I can tell you, education and access are everything. This masterclass is designed to give you both. Whether you're brand new or ready to level up, this is where you start making real moves. Enjoy free lunch, free study materials, and receive a certification of completion. So don't wait. Seats are filling fast. Do not sit on the sidelines while others build wealth. Take that first step toward ownership and legacy. Get your tickets now at learnrealestatefast.com or tickpick.com. For more information, call 678-859-3303. Master the market. Build your legacy. Secure your future today.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. Whether you're a student or a lifelong supporter, our gear lets you wear your HBCU story with confidence and style. Because when you wear HBCU Image, you're not just wearing clothes. You're wearing culture. You're wearing pride. You're wearing purpose. HBCU.
This is Bryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJDN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show. All right, welcome back to the O&G StrikeZone alongside Kelvin Rozier. I'm Bryan Fulford, and it's a pleasure to have on for the first time. Should say the defensive coordinator for FAMU football, Coach Ryan Lewis Sr. Coach, how you doing tonight?
Sir.
Welcome to the O&G.
Doing well, man. How you doing, Bryan? How you doing, Mr. Kevin?
Doing well, man. Glad to have you on the show for the first time. I have to say that orange and green looks lovely on you.
Oh, man, you sound like my mom. That's what my mom said. I like it too, though. I'm liking it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know, I was in high school. I went to high school. These were our colors in high school. We were
Which
more
school?
Kelly Green, Blanchard High School in Pompano Beach.
Oh yeah,
That's
absolutely. Right. That's right.
We're more Kelly Green, but it's orange and green. So
Mm-hmm.
fit right in.
Some people don't know that's our official green too. Kelly Green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Back home. So many people may not know, right, Coach? You went from, you said you went from Pompano Beach, then you went to Daytona Beach and Bethune-Cookman, where you were a standout, a part of that great team in 2010. Obviously, you cut your coaching teeth there at Bethune. And you're here in orange and green. What's that transition like for you?
Not hard at all, to be honest with you. Me being a kid that was from South Florida, my mom, my younger brother, I got cousins, aunties, brothers, nephews that's all here in Tallahassee that's been here. So I've been coming up here for a while. Mm-hmm. So, but the only difference would be is the change of the colors and being part of the other side of the rivalry. But outside of that, it won't be different until November. But like when we was at Bethune, we didn't let people talk about FAMU, and I'm pretty sure FAMU don't let people talk about Bethune unless you're one of those schools. So for me, it won't be too different until November. At the end of the day, it's football. I'm coaching with some guys I got familiarity with, right, and kind of built relationships with over time. And then it's a great university to be at. Historically, it's been a great university and still is to this day. So I'm excited for sure.
We're definitely glad to have you here, and glad to have you with the family. And yeah, like you said, it's all love. We don't let other people mess with the cousins, right, until like I said, it is what it is in November. But the other 11 months, and it's like, nah, you can't talk about the cousins and like that. So it's all Florida family.
Yes, sir.
Let's familiarize a little people with you and your what got you into coaching. Obviously you've been a well-acclaimed coach, not only in the SWAC, but your time at Bethune, and then of course you spent a year last year at UAB. Was that coaching bug always in you when you played on the defensive side of the ball, or who or what drove you into coaching?
That's a great question. So for me, actually, I was having this conversation with one of our younger coaches today, and it's like the movie Ghost from Christmas Past. I was looking back on my life, like Kanye said, I was looking back on my life like the Ghost from Christmas Past.
Yeah.
But it was, for me, look now at this age, kind of understanding what it is. I've been around coaching my entire life. Growing up in Pompano Beach, Ely, my uncle was the high school head coach growing up, and that's all we kind of knew was coaching. My little league head coach was a father figure to me. My high school head coach was a father, kind of like a father figure to me. But my uncle, Coach Rocky Gillis, who also retired this year, was the guy that kind of we watched and saw actually coach. And looking back at it, that's kind of where my journey kind of started. But when I was in college, after my junior year in college, my defensive coordinator, Coach Joey Jones, we still talk to this day, he told me, he was like, "You're gonna be a coach." And I was like, that's not gonna happen. I ain't gonna be able to deal with people like myself, because I was a little different at that age. I was like, no, coach, I'm not gonna be able to do this all the time that they put in. But he was like, you're doing it already. I was one of those guys that stayed in the building. I watched film late. I watched film with the coaches. I was part of the game plan as a player. I made checks and calls on the field. Some serious, I called my own plays. You know what I mean? So from that point, he kind of told me that I was going to be a coach. And then seeing it come into fruition after my college career ended and my professional career ended, I was like, what do I want to do? I'd do anything to be in a football building. I'd be the janitor if I had to be, just to be in the building. An opportunity came open when I called Coach Joe. He didn't tell me I told you so, but the opportunity came open. He took me under his wing and literally taught me how to coach, from how to present in meetings, how to talk, how to have confidence, how to get on the board, how to write my circles, my penmanship. He literally taught me from the ground up how to coach. So that's where it kind of started with him, and I'm forever grateful for that.
That's interesting. The details of that, and I'm sure those are little things that you pass on to young coaches or the younger or grad assistants or other coaches that you interact with as well, right?
Yes, sir. So for me, we're in the customer service business for sure, and we got to help these young men as players. But for me, my goal is always to kind of create new coaches, especially young coaches at every spot I go to, every school I go to. I try to take a former player and help them with Coach Joe did with me, and also create that tree at that university. If I happen to leave that university, I already paid it forward. But I help other guys be able to do what they want to do at their alma mater, kind of the same way I started. Then if I ever need a job, I got the opportunity for a young guy to give me a job if I ever need one.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Go ahead, Kelvin.
Well, I want you to kind of talk about your relationship with Coach Gray and how long you've known him, how y'all met. And I know y'all from the same area pretty much, and y'all got some history. So kind of talk about your relationship with Coach Gray.
For sure. I've been knowing Coach Gray before he'd been knowing me. You know what I mean? That last name where I'm from in the South Florida area is kind of big. And with his dad and his couple of cousins and uncles coaching down there in South Florida, and also him being a player down there with our biggest rivalry, like the Soul Bowl is Bland City versus Dillard High School, and it's kind of like the Soul Bowl, or the Florida Classic with FAMU versus Bethune-Cookman University. So I knew him at that point, but when I moved to Jacksonville and was the defensive coordinator at Edward Waters, his daughter was still in like elementary. He was going back and forth because his daughter was still in school in Jacksonville, but I think he was the head coach at Lincoln at the time, if I'm not mistaken. And one of my D-line coach on the staff who went to Bethune also was real close with Coach Gray. He'll come stop by the office, and we continued the relationship from there. At that moment, we continued the relationship from that point, got each other's numbers, became friends, and communicated ever since. And every opportunity that Coach Gray said, he always hit my line. And every time FAMU beat Bethune, he always hit my line too on Facebook.
So you ain't hear from him for about 8 years then.
But he heard from me though. He heard from me.
I bet he did.
He heard from me for sure.
Hey, Coach, so you've had a very successful career quickly, right?
Yes,
You're
sir.
still a relatively young guy, but you've held leadership positions, and you've had excellent success. So just kind of talk about what you attribute that to.
Oh man, God is amazing for me. First and foremost, I've been blessed to get with some older guys to be my mentor for the most part. He's been just showing out for me. So it starts there. I think I was in the right place at the right time. I was able to get in. At Bethune, we kind of started something in that 10 years that Coach Joe was there. He was the defensive coordinator for 10 years of it. And his model was kind of like the things that we did in that first year that they came. So I so happy to fall and get lucky and get the opportunity to be a GA on the national championship ranked defense. I think we were the number one defense my first year as a GA, and won 2. We had champions my first 2 years as GA. So that kind of propelled me. And then when you have coaches on staffs that are winning, they leave and go places. And that's kind of what helped me when I was at Bethune. We had a guy named Greg Ruffin on our staff. He left and got the head coach at Edward Waters. And he stayed in my apartment. We were roommates in my apartment in Daytona when he came in because he needed somewhere to stay. His family and his wife are still back at home. So he moved in with me, and we created a relationship. And he got his head. He told me when he get a head job that he's going to hire me. He did exactly that.
All
and
right.
I was blessed. So I went from being a grad assistant to a defensive coordinator in like 8 months. You know what I mean?
Right.
Did I know what I was doing? Of course not. But I was blessed with that opportunity, and God blessed me, and I just took advantage of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So talk about what kind of defense that you run, and do you look at your personnel first and kind of mix and match to make it fit the personnel? Do you recruit to the style you want to, kind of talk about how you craft your defense and what Raleigh Nation can expect?
For sure. So for me, it's more a we fence. You know, we kind of do it together. It's not just me, even though I'm going to take the blunt of the pressure, but I lean on my staff, and we do a great job of getting things done. But first, as far as the guys that are here, that's the first thing we do is we evaluate the players for the most part. But guys that we're recruiting, we look for guys that have high effort and energy, guys that's going to be dogs and just give great effort. You know what I mean? Those type of guys, and high Q guys and guys that are all in for the most part, kind of how I think that we're doing here, all in. So we're looking for those type of guys that can be, rattlers and fly around and just make plays and score on defense. That's the biggest thing we're going to do. We're going to be aggressive, and we're going to score on defense.
Okay. Go ahead, B.
I like that, scoring on defense. That part right there, boy.
Sure.
I want to
scoring on defense. I'm sorry to cut you off, but scoring on defense covers up bad coaching. So if we score on defense, that covers up bad because you got 20 yards resting on the ground, but we score 2 touchdowns. The probability is that we'll win.
Well said. I want to go back to your time, the 3 seasons at Alabama State, from 22 to 24, where you had one of the top defenses. And even in a couple of those years, you were going up against Coach Simmons and FAMU's offense. And I tell you, man, those were classic games. I mean, we talk about the rivalry, but what were, as you think back to some of those games going up against FAMU and your defense in general, what were some of the things that were the key to your success at Alabama State? And then what were some of the challenges, in those contests against FAMU, against Coach Simmons?
Right. First and foremost, Alabama State. Man, that place was so amazing to me and my family. I owe them a deal, a lot. I owe them my life for the most part, to be honest with you. That's a whole nother story. But for us, I think it's more about us than me. Then we had a lot of good guys, a lot of talent. We had a lot of talent at Alabama State, and we had some great coaching at the same time. They kind of mixed and came all together. But those kids played their heart out for us at Alabama State for those 3 years. And FAMU was one of those games that we knew if we won, we can win the championship. And me bringing my Florida ties to it, having a lot of guys recruiting, going up to Alabama State, I should say our Florida ties, it kind of made the rivalry a little bigger because guys know how it is against Florida, play against Florida kids. They play against in high school. And then we think about it as far as location-wise, Montgomery's on 3.5 hours from Tallahassee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for me personally, where I'm from, it takes me 7 hours to get to Tallahassee. You know what I mean? It takes you 3 hours to get to Montgomery, 3.5 hours to get to Montgomery from Tallahassee. So a lot of those guys from that lower area in Alabama, Dothan, and we got a kid from We had a kid. I forgot what city he was from, but down there in that area, within the Newton area, down in the South Alabama area, they know a lot about Tallahassee and what FAMU brings to the table. And also, with, like you said, Coach Simmons being a great offensive guy, calling plays and having the big names and the quarterbacks and all the guys on offense, and then coming from the MEAC, battling them year in and year out, knowing what they kind of had to offer. I always wanted to be a part of it. But it was tough. It was tough. And for me, it wasn't a rivalry because we never beat them. But watching it last year, Alabama State kind of got the best of them. So now it's becoming a rivalry, but it was some great games for sure.
Oh, no doubt.
I think every game we lost against, I may be wrong. Every game we lost against FAMU when I was at Alabama State, I think we either had the ball going in to kind of score or top score. You know what I mean? And it ended with, it may end by 2 touchdowns, but I think it ended because FAMU scored at the end of the game. You know what I mean? On defense, it kind of ended it. But for the most part, those are 1-touchdown games. If you look at the game itself, it was 1-touchdown games and not the box score for sure. But it was tough. It was tough kind of stopping those offenses. Well, we never really stopped them. We kind of contained them for the most part and just bend but don't break, made them make mistakes.
Yeah, you got a lot of interceptions.
Yeah, we got a lot of interceptions. I think Musa threw us a lot in the red zone.
Yes.
Yeah, down there.
That game.
And then we came back here and got a couple sack fumbles, kind of kept us in the game. So kind of scoring and turning the ball over kind of kept us in that game. And that goes back to our method, what we want to do now here in 2026.
Yeah.
Can you, is it, I hear a lot of people evaluate, especially in December, when they get to the Celebration Bowl, they talk about MEAC versus SWAC. Well, you've got a great presence and expertise in quote unquote MEAC football and SWAC football. Is there a difference when you look at it from your side of the ball? Is there a difference, and what is that difference, if you can surmise?
So for me personally, because I played in the SWAC, the MEAC and coached in the SWAC, I think the difference is the style of offenses for the most part. So in the MEAC, you're going to get a lot of 12 personnel, a lot of zone, a lot of inside zone. But in the SWAC, and it's going to be a lot of 20-13. You're going to get some great defenses. But in the SWAC, you're going to air it out. You may throw the ball 40, 50 times a game. They're going to throw it out in the SWAC. But the SWAC O-linemen were bigger to us when we played, but we were faster in the MEAC. But we played bigger in the MEAC and we played faster in the SWAC, which is crazy, right? So you're trying to score a lot of points in the SWAC, and the MEAC was more 20-13, 7-15. It's more defensive, running the ball, handing the ball off. Those South Carolina days with Buddy Pugh and coming through with NC Cat was NC Cat, NCAT, I should say, with them coming through with Mike Mayock and coming on through with the kid that played for the Chicago Bears. Got his name.
Tariq Cohen.
Tariq Cohen just won the MEAC Hall of Fame this past year. So those guys, Willie Fords from South Carolina State, get big runners. But then in the SWAC, you got these receivers that's driving the ball down the field, and these big quarterbacks that's throwing the ball down the field. You know what I mean? The MEAC, we run around with the ball as the quarterback and kind of dinking and dumping. But in the SWAC, you get these big guys, 6'3.5", 6'4", Boris Jacksons of the world, those type of guys. Bruce Eugene's, those big guys kind of throwing the ball down the field. And then the SWAC, you get the Matt Johnsons, the smaller guys that can run around, the kid that was at South Carolina State a couple of years. So there's all different type of differences at the end of the day. But I think for me, for the most part, it's more running in the MEAC, and then the SWAC is more vertical pass for sure. At that time, but I don't know what it is now. But at that time, that's what it kind of was.
Boy, Coach Wynn, he threw some names, and when you mentioned some of those MEAC running backs, I'm like, boy, those are some dogs.
I had to chase him. I think Mayock might have gave us 200, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
he might have gave us 200 one year. Then Tariq Cohen took a championship out of my hand when I was a GA. I remember yesterday. It was 3rd and 7. He ran a sprint draw. He went for 80. Game
You know
what I mean?
I remember him well.
Ford, my first game that was starting was versus Willie Ford. South Carolina State. He was a dog. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah, man. It was. Yeah, we went through some dudes.
No doubt. So, Coach, tell me about your assessment of your personnel you have now going into the fall. When you got here, tell me what you saw and how the guys responded to you and your staff's coaching, and what do you think we are right now?
Sure. Well, when we first got here, we saw talent. for sure. There was some talent here for sure. And we got to commend the guys that stayed through everything for us, the new transition of head coaching. And then with the situation that we had after that, man, we had everybody that we wanted to stay. So that should tell you about the guys that you have here, the guys that want to be, that continue to be FAMU men. You know what I mean? So, and also our leadership at the top, Coach Greg being who he is, and guys being able to be here and help and be all in, like we say, right, and help us win. So for us, man, we everybody that was here, we wanted. We wanted everybody that was here because there's some football players here, and the guys that people kind of threw away are kind of stepping up for us. So they got a new life. So you never really get a second chance at a first impression, but in football, you kind of do. So one person may have a bad opinion about you or a good opinion, but that's their opinion. But you get a new group of guys in coaching that sees it blind, and that gives you a new opportunity to kind of prove yourself and put the work that you thought you would put in. So we have a lot of guys that are coming that you guys know of that are going to be. I know you hear about new transfers and all that, but our main core guys are guys that have been here for sure.
All right, and we got a defensive guy going into the SWAC Media Days, Antonio Kamen, and kind of just talk about him and how he's been in your transition to taking over the program, the defensive side.
So he was a guy that was kind of in the portal, right? Once things kind of transition was in the middle. He's one of the guys me and Coach Greg called personally, and kind of got him back on the same page with him and his parents to get him back. So we was excited to get him back because you got to understand, I think he's one of, right now, officially, he's probably the last guy on our defense that has the championship ring, a celebration, a national championship ring. You know what I mean? So we need that type of leadership. He knows what it looks like. It's just not me and the coaches screaming it. We have a guy that's kind of been through that and won a national championship on the level that we're trying to do. You want that. You want to invite that because you want that energy from that year to kind of show guys, hey, this is not how you mess around. You want to continue to be a championship program, and you need guys that's kind of done it before to kind of help you lead. And he's one of those guys that's done it and showed up and actually did it playing. You know what I mean? He did some good things in the SWAC his last couple of years, and he blew up and had a heck of a spring game for us and showed some twitch, got off the ball. We knew he can rush the passer, but he also was able to stop the run. You know what I mean? So we got to be able to keep doing that. So he did a great job with that, and he's also helping with leadership and being vocal. So we're excited to have him back and be a part of what we're doing, man. I can't wait to let him loose and give him an opportunity to go get that ball.
Bryan,
Coach, let me hit a few questions from our folks in the chat. They kind of hit along with some things that I thought about. Makiba West wants to know, will we run any blitz packages this year? Would you consider yourself a heavy blitz person? I mean, what, I don't know if is that a personnel or a preference or a style?
He must say watch us play at Alabama State. we get off the bus blitz. That's what we do.
Yeah. Pressure.
We get off the bus blitz. Pressure. That's it. That's all we know is pressure.
So that carries over. So basically that's yours. So it's fair to say some of that will translate and carry over.
For sure. Now, obviously, we're going to do what's best what our kids can do. But I'll be lying if I say we're not going to blitz. Yeah, we're definitely going to blitz.
All right. Let me see. A little baby here says, all right, he says, with your moment out of the SWAC, what experiences have you acquired that you may have incorporated in your defensive style? And
that's a great question.
I guess maybe last year when you were at UAB, I'm assuming that's what he's referring to.
Yeah, that's a great question. So for me, it was my first time being outside of things that I actually did. So when I was at Bethune, we did what we did, and I kind of took that and carried that on to Edward Waters and took that and added more and took it on to Alabama State. So going to UAB was the first time I had no input, and it was nothing that I did before. So I was able to see it from another lens and get some things organizationally and some more different way to look at things. People question different things because they're not out of the same umbrella as me, so they see it differently. So I was able to get those different type of things for sure.
Okay. Let's see. JT asks, what are your thoughts on the best offensive philosophy to complement your defensive style? Now, we know Coach Gray is going to call the offense. Is there such a thing as defensive style that complements the offense? How do you and Coach Gray talk and work through that?
Well, for us, Coach Gray just wanted us to stop people and get off the field, so he's able to get that electric offense on the field. You know what I mean? So we just got to be able to stop people. I remember I had the old head coach say, the defensive coordinator's job is to stop people, the offensive coordinator's job is to score, and then the head coach's job is to make sure we win by one. You know what I mean?
That's right. Keep it simple. Absolutely.
I love that. Keep it simple. Okay. Here's one, which maybe are we going away from playing with just two linebackers your scheme? I'm assuming in the past 2 years, we've been a heavy 4-2-5 scheme. What can you speak to about your thoughts on that, and what's this year going to look like?
I mean, this year it's going to be a 3-down scheme. I'm going to put that out there. People watch. People watch these podcasts.
Yes, right.
It's going to be a 3-down scheme. We're going to play with about 5 linebackers and 4 DBs. I think that's about 12 people, right? We'll be honest with you. I know people really want to know when they invested in their time for sure. So to be honest with you, to be completely honest with you, I know it's going to sound political, but to be completely honest, we actually do what we teach to take away what they do best. So if you run the ball a lot, we're going to put 8 people in the box, take that away, you're going to show us that you can pass. If you pass the ball a lot, we will have 2 linebackers out there because we need extra DB to be able to cover. You know what I mean? So we're going to match and try to be the best team, the best defensive unit that we can be in that coverage or in that personnel that's going to help our guys be successful and win the game.
Okay. Got another question that I think this one centers around more the depth of the D line. How do you like where we're at with the D line? Are you still expecting some guys to come in, or what we got, and we're gonna work and succeed with what we have?
Well, we're always trying to add O-line and D-line. That's one of those positions that everybody in the country is still looking for to this day. We'll take a D-lineman all the way up to add and drop if we have to. You know what I mean? So we're always looking for D-linemen. You can never have enough D-linemen in this sport for sure.
Speaking of never having enough, one of the things I've always noticed, and Kelvin, you can even speak to this, we've always had, I would like to say, probably our defensive back room has always been loaded. Like I'm talking like 15 plus DBs. That's normal? What's it going to look like for this year? We're going to have a lot of DBs, or you feel like
we're going to have
less? What
we may not have. Well, if you talking safeties and corners combined.
Yeah, I think when we've seen in the past, probably safeties and corners combined, we had somewhere close to 20 at least over the last 3-4
20-25.
No, we don't have that many now.
You said it. I was trying to be conservative with the number.
No, we was at least 25. That was the minimum.
We'll do 25. But Coach Cozy was a DB though, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So it makes sense. But no, we don't do 25. Nah. Coach Gray going for that. Nah,
okay.
Okay.
So Coach, I want to jump in real quick, Bryan. So we had a lot of success with another Ryan who was the defensive coordinator. You had a chance to see that defense and that style. And, he's always say, hey, man, I try to keep it simple so they can play fast and that dog go hunt and so forth. What did you see with that defense then? And just kind of comment on other good and great defensives that coaches that you've gone against and seen.
Yeah, those defenses. When I saw those defenses, it was like looking in the mirror almost. You know what I mean? So it was 1-2 and everything.
Yeah,
like turning the ball over, scoring on defense, having a great linebacker play, having Isaiah
Land.
No, not Isaiah Land, the linebacker that just won Player of the Year 2 years ago. 0.
Them a 0.
Just met him today, actually. Isaiah Land? No, not Land.
No. You talking about a linebacker?
From Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I don't know how to forget that kid.
I can't remember his last name. That
just met him today.
Shame on us. Somebody in the chat will hit us up. I know.
Major. There you go.
Isaiah Major.
Thank you. Sorry about that, Isaiah. Sorry.
Jesus. Isaiah Major. Met him today. So when I see Isaiah, I see Bubba Adams. You know what I mean? Kid that we had that play for us.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
When I see all those DBs that y'all have, I see James Burgess, I see Mikey Victor, I see, I see the same thing. We may be we was a little longer at the time, but I see the same thing. But when I see Isaiah Land, I see Traquan Thomas. You know what I mean? So when I see DJ, you know what I mean, I see Brandon Gaddy. So it's kind of the same type of kids that we had, just a different flavor guys being from more South Florida and Florida kids, and blended in. But it kind of looking at those defense back then, it was a mirror for sure. I was a little jealous at times because they was winning, the offenses was scoring, and all that good stuff. But yeah, it was like looking at a mirror for sure. Man, they had it rolling, they had it going on. Coach Smith did a great job here, and that's what we're trying to get back to. You know what I mean? We still dark cloud defense. That's the standard. You know? And that's what we're trying to hit. We're trying to hit that standard, then set and reset it for the next group, 2027. So that's the standard for sure. And they won a national championship. If you think about it, outside of Alabama State, every team that was number one defense in the SWAC, that they won a championship or went to the championship. Prairie View last year, Jackson State before, FAMU, and only team that it was us, Alabama State, that 1 year. But outside of that, everybody was playing for championships. So that's the standard, to play for championships and kind of meet that goal and be where they were at. Score a little bit more, though, for sure.
It's the point.
Coach, is a great question, and it brings up somebody, Emmett brings it up, and I was thinking about it in myself. Now, when you were at Alabama State, Andrew Body was not there, but you got a front row seat to the Andrew Body show last year, I believe to open the season, and we've seen him all year. He's going to be probably a returner for a conference preseason player of the year, because that's how they do it. Even though we may have a quarterback, I think we got a quarterback that's going to be just as good as him. But you don't give away the secret here. But what's your evaluation? What are the things that you saw from Andrew Body? How do you limit a guy who's that mobile and that skill? What's the preparation like, without giving away too much of the secret sauce?
I've been waiting for this question to answer this. One of these questions you asked, but the preference, my answer that my statement is, I was with Andrew Body for a year, so he was there with us, but he got hurt.
Right,
that's right.
After he had 4 carries for 165 yards.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I got a taste of it. I practiced against him every day in the spring and in camp, so I knew what it was. And I knew why they picked us to win the SWAC that year. You know what I mean? And things kind of went how it went. But to answer your question, first of all, that's my guy. I love Andrew Body. We talk to this day. You know what I mean? So I'm one of them guys that kind of, because I was a special teams coordinator first. So when you're a special teams coordinator, you kind of deal with both sides of the ball. So that kind of helped me too. So I'm always dealing with the offense. Some of my favorite players are offensive kids too, right? So he's a kid I still talk to this day. But you don't stop a kid like that. Oh, well, let me go back. UAB. So we had, like you said, the first game at UAB, and obviously I was a defensive coordinator there at Alabama State the year before that. But what's crazy was I had not a lot of input in what was going on that week with Alabama State, and I tried to tell them, but we didn't have a lot of film on it. And that was the first game of the year, and the breakdowns I usually first game of the year, and I was like, hey, coach, you might want to go back and look at that first game of the year. Like, this is who the quarterback is going to be. They're like, well, he's not listed on the roster. Blah, blah. I'm like, well, it don't work like that in the SWAC. They're going to put it. Doesn't. We know what it is. But I'm like, well, we need to go back and watch this first game, coach. So I was like, he had 4 carries for 250 yards rush. He's like, really? I was lying just to get him to go watch it. But when he saw it, he was like, oh, yeah. You think we're going to have an issue? I'm like, yeah, we're going to have an issue because he can play. He can run. If we don't put a guy on him, have a guy always on him, he's going to be able to take off and do different things. Now, what I didn't know, he was going to pass the ball. He passed the ball.
Right.
And, you know what I mean? So he kind of did both and evolved. But he's been evolving. You know what I mean? It's good to see from the kid that you kind of – because I went against him at Texas Southern.
Right.
And we beat him and whatnot. But then him to come over to Alabama State and kind of help us do what we was trying to do. He's a great kid, man. Love him and his family.
Yeah.
But
to
stop him, you don't really stop a guy like that. You kind of contain him, just kind of take away everybody else and make him one-dimensional and hope and flush him to his left because he's a right-hand quarterback and just make him hopefully he's off that day. You know what I mean? Yeah. For sure.
For sure. That'll be okay. Let's go to let's kind of wrap it up here with you, Coach. A couple of questions regarding atmospheres in the SWAC. Now you've been to a lot of places. You've been and you can throw Bragg into this because obviously you've been to all the stadiums in the SWAC. Toughest environment to play or coach against in the SWAC is where?
So I done played on Jackson State homecoming.
That's right.
Homecoming. I've been Alabama State's homecoming. Alabama State versus Jackson. Dion was there. What else?
Magic City Classic too.
Magic City Classic, the Florida Classic. But the stadium it's not like Bragg's. It's nothing like being an away team at Bragg's. Every team knows it. I've been to Southern. They got the little 4-quarter thing that I won't say little, but they do the 4-quarter thing, but it's not like Bragg's with the DJ. Now they got the lights that's dropping off. The fan section is different. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing like Bragg's. And they're on top of you. You know what I mean? So it's not like Bragg's, especially on the Saturday night for sure. For me, in the SWAC, it's not like Bragg's. Nah. And I'm not saying that because I'm here, but it's nothing like Bragg's. It is nothing like Bragg's. Jackson, it gets loud for sure. You're going to get you about 65,000 in there. But those 65,000 sound just like those 23,000 or 30,000 that's in Bragg's for sure. So Bragg's is different. It's different in Tallahassee for sure.
All right. You hear that, Rattler Nation? We got 6 home games this year. Well, we hope folks jumped in on that season ticket package. 6 home games. That's a heck of a schedule. And this year we do travel. We travel to Alabama State. We travel to Jackson State.
Homecomings back to back.
Oh, those two are home. Oh, those
that's
are
right.
That's right.
Homecomings.
Okay.
That's right.
Well, that's their mistake. Couldn't be avoided, but we get to be homecoming spoilers. Love it.
Sure.
Hey, I got one more question I want to jump in.
Go ahead.
I think it's really important. Coach, did you look back at last year's defense and some of the personnel and so forth, and tell me what you saw and what you thought in terms of evaluating while you was evaluating? I know you got here, guys get a fresh start. I get all that. But just tell me what you saw last year on film.
Looking at the film from last year, you saw a lot of talent for sure. But obviously it wasn't going on in the same way. But it was a lot of talent. It was definitely a lot of talent. But it wasn't like how it used to be for sure. Obviously, we know that, right? But it was some guys that could definitely play, and they played. And the guys that stayed throughout that whole year played their butts off. And for me, I'm a guy that actually played football and played college. And actually coach and know the guys, know a lot of those guys on that staff before. So I'll never be one of those guys to say what they did or what they didn't do or what they should have did. But I respect the game. Got a lot of respect for those guys. But you saw a lot of talent for sure. Now, which way the talent was going, that's different. But they definitely had a lot of talent because it was in most games. They probably wasn't deep. You know what I mean? But they were in games to a certain point, and that showed depth. They're not talented, they're not coaching. It's more about depth. But so. Yeah, it's like I said, the guys that are here, most of our guys that are going to play for us were here already. It was sprinkling in some transfers, some freshmen, and some high school kids through the portal and the transfer time. But for the most part, our key guys are going to be guys that were here and didn't play a big role last year. You know what I mean? And some guys that played a big role last year.
Right.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, Coach, we definitely appreciate your time this evening. It's a pleasure to meet you and talk with you. We look forward to seeing you in person down the road. Any final words, any final shout outs or acknowledgments you want to give? I'll leave the floor open to you to close the show.
I just want to shout out the best fan base in the country and our coaching staff. Coach Madison told me to tell you what's up. I know you coached in high school. He told me to tell you what's up. And I did my research.
All right.
But I appreciate y'all for having me. Tallahassee has accepted me and my family with open arms. I was a little skeptical at first, but I got the family here. My son was here, went to middle school here. I got my daughter down here now going to school, so the family's here. And I'm excited, and I appreciate everything Tallahassee and family's done for me so far, and I'm excited to keep going.
Definitely. Well, we're excited.
We're definitely glad to have you, man.
Yeah.
Tickled to death that we got you because your resume speaks for itself.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all, man, for sure. Y'all keep doing a great job.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Coach. Coach Ryan Lewis Sr., looking forward to a great season on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, on both sides of the ball. So, I mean, look, this is going to be an exciting year.
Three phases.
Okay, talk about it. That's right. Right.
Yeah, 3 phases.
All right. Well said, Coach. Well, hey, again, thank you for your time tonight. Be well and enjoy. Do you have any vacation time coming up here in July?
Actually, to be honest with you, I don't know if I can say this. I'm not on vacation. I mean, well, I'm one of them guys that I will put my time in for our vacation, but I'm gonna be at the office every day. I think I've been at the office every day, except for like a couple of days. Actually, no, I've been at the office every day, 7 days a week. I ain't missed a day. But actually, this is my week. No, next week is my vacation week, but I'm being in the office again. You know what I mean? But I'm just an office guy, especially building a foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a GA, so I know how it is to be an old school GA, I should say. I know how it is to be in the office all day. Some days I just like to be in the office, like it's peaceful.
Well, find some time, find some you time, Coach. Because I know you're going to be pouring in a lot on these young fellas and just the game. But make sure to take care of your health and find some you time, at least, even if it's just a week.
I agree, but that's hard, man.
Hey,
that tells you the excitement that these guys are ready for this year, man.
Not only that, successful people, when they they have a job that they love, they're usually good at it, and they're usually good at it because they put all the time into it, right? They live and breathe it. So I understand.
It's my purpose. It's my purpose. With purpose comes sacrifice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I sacrifice my family, but my purpose is community. You know what I mean? So I'm building a community even though I'm sacrificing my family, because at the end of the day, these are guys that are going to take care of us in the real world. When I get old, you know what I mean? I know.
There you go.
We've been failing y'all, but these guys, we got to get right so that when I get older, they can be able to take care of us.
There you go.
Amen.
Go. All right.
We appreciate your time and your efforts, and sacrifice of your family and everything is certainly appreciated by Rattler Nation. And be well, Coach, and we'll see you down the road.
Man, I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right. Good stuff, man. Good stuff there with Coach Ryan Lewis. Really excited about having him on board, man. This is good stuff. Good stuff. We got a great group of coaches. Coach Gray brought in an all-star staff, and
absolutely,
I'm looked at. I tell you, the more and more I look at it, Kelvin, and the more and more I think about it, I don't think you were lying when you jumped out there and said 9-9 was the expectation, and 8. What would you say? 8 was the floor. 8 was the floor. 8 and 4 was the floor.
Yeah, so that's the worst.
I don't think you were selling.
I wasn't trying to. I tell you that.
Selling wolf tickets or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
All right. You guys in the chat. Look, I didn't even hit Coach up and ask him if he's on socials or not. But anyway, if you guys see Coach out there on the social media,
he's definitely on socials. I can tell you that.
If you see Coach on social,
he can be active.
Okay, that's what I love.
He's my kind of guy.
Do me a favor, everybody on the chats, make sure you hit Coach up. Let him know you appreciate him coming on the show, and make sure you stay locked in, following his account and everything. All right, make sure you hit up Coach. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Kelvin and I got a few more things to get to right on the other side of this break. You're watching the O&G StrikeZone right here on the Black College Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment.
When it comes to professional learning, teachers deserve better. From the leader in online learning, Stride brings you the Stride Professional Development Center, an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that gives teachers choice and flexibility, allowing them to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. It's time you take charge of your learning. Visit us today to get started.
Planning an event? From weddings to corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC brings over 15 years of experience to make your vision a reality. Based in Metro Atlanta and serving statewide, even internationally, we provide versatile event planning and authentic catering cuisines tailored to your needs. Whether it's pre-game meals for student athletes, fundraisers, weddings, corporate functions, CMJ Events LLC is your one-stop solution for exceptional service and unforgettable food. Our diverse culinary heritage means we cater to all cultural taste, dietary needs, and food restrictions, making every meal uniquely yours. Let's make your next event unforgettable. Visit us on all social media at CMJ Events LLC or email us at cmjeventsllc@gmail.com. Also give us a call at 404-664-3888 82 so that we can start planning now. From cancer care to accidental injuries to cardiac care, we all know that there are times that you can't control what happens in your life. But with Globe Life Family Heritage, you can be prepared to weather the storm when it comes. Call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com. With over 25 years of serving communities, Dr. Beverly Eagles Rogers is here to help you and your family through difficult times. Dr. Beverly takes pride in Globe Life being one of the few companies that returns 100% of premiums to clients that stay healthy. So for more information, call Dr. Beverly Eagle Rogers at 877-300-8269 or visit the website at globelifefamilyheritage.com.
For over 30 years, HBCU Image has been more than just an apparel store. We've been a movement, a statement, a legacy. We celebrate the pride, the purpose, and the culture that make historically black colleges and universities legendary. HBCU Image, a Kenny T's company.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
All right. Alongside Kelvin and Bryan Fulford here. Welcome back to the O&G StrikeZone. Again, got to thank Coach Ryan Lewis Sr. for joining us in the last segment. If you missed any parts of it, you can always go back and listen to it. Find the YouTube feed on O&G StrikeZone on YouTube. You can also go check out the show on the BCSN Pod Zone. Everywhere that you download podcasts. I think I'll have the show uploaded sometime tonight. So maybe in the morning you wake up, and if you're a podcast listener, we definitely would like for you to download, subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. That's BCSN Pod Zone. Just kind of going through some of the comments here. EA is funny. Meredith, the Dark Cloud defense will be back. You know, Dark Cloud defense is back.
No doubt.
I was worried if we were still going to go with that name, if we were going to come up with something new. But
the standard is the standard. I love hearing that.
Oh, okay. All right. Appreciate everybody for coming in and shouting out Coach, and appreciate him. Definitely. Appreciate you, Chuck. Hope you got something, found out some good nuggets. I love the story about the Andrew Body when he was over at UAB, and Coach is trying to tell folks, it's like, look, I know it doesn't say he's on the roster or on the depth problem, but trust me, he is starting. Look, I was there.
Well, I watched that game, and I think he accounted for about 500 and some yards, and what he scored, 48 points or something like that. And UAB came out of that game by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, by the skin of it. It's like that almost became. I mean, he should have been. Had UAB had Alabama State won that game, he probably would have been the National Player of the Week. I mean, because the numbers he put up, and I think what Coach said even caught me, it was the passing, because I think a lot of us had seen Body previously at Texas Southern and really kind of thought he was a runner and an okay passer, but no, he raised his game with the passing game that season. So. What do you say, Tim? Huh? No, well, you know.
No, that ain't what got him in trouble. The not meeting the standard was got him in trouble.
It'll always be the dark cloud. When did that, take me back. When did the dark cloud defense thing start? It started in the Simmons era, didn't it? It started, which wasn't that long ago.
It did. And I want to say it was attributed to, I don't think it was really his, but it was attributed. I remember Keith was still around. Keith Miles was still around then, but it was attributed to Dr. Robinson, naturally.
That's what I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you for. I thought that's who came up with it, and JT, there it is. That's all. That's one good thing that we can put on Larry. There you go, right there. So shout out to former President Robinson. We can put that one on him. So yeah, that's it has stuck. It definitely has stuck, and we love it. We love it. Okay. I want to shout out our, look, I love seeing some of the summer camp stuff and the women's basketball program. We've kind of talked about the returning 8. You've seen a couple articles. I saw Allison Posey with an article / some video interviews with Coach Gordon. We've seen Gerald recently on the Tallahassee Democrat. And look, we've if you guys are following our show and paying attention to our show, we've been talking about the fact that there were no portals. I remember as far back when we had Liv on the show. FAMU was one of the few schools in the SWAC, probably the nation.
In the nation,
I
think it was 4. 1 of 4.
Yeah, that didn't have any players from that returning roster jump in the portal. Yeah. And these are the young ladies, the 8. Of course, significant playing time for some of them, like Purefoy, McCarthy, Giles Jones, Ellington, some of the others we saw sporadically during the season, dealt with maybe some injuries, but worked their way through it. And so, and I think one of the big takeaways when I listened to one of the interviews with Coach Gordon was this team, she talked about this team wanting to be a player-driven team. And look, when you're rebuilding with 11 new faces every year, it's kind of hard to be that, right? Because you don't have a group of young ladies or players that are familiar with not only the school, but just how things are done. And so when you have these 8 returners and then you add in the 6 or 7 new players, you've got people, it's almost like a real old school, this catch me here, Kelvin. It's an old school approach to college basketball, right? Where when the new kids come on, there's at least 2-to-1 ratio, or at least 1-to-1 for every new player. There's a veteran who's been around that can kind of help guide the young. Well, now it's kind of a little different.
Coach just mentioned that in football with Antonio Kamen.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I'm continue to be excited. I'm excited to see a graphic like this go out. Shout out to FAMU Women's Basketball on social media, Instagram, Twitter, for acknowledging these young ladies. Some love. Yeah, and then, because we love shouting out the commitments. We love shouting out the new recruits. And sometimes we forget about the ones who are returning, the ones who are on campus, the ones who, made the commitment to stay and made the commitment to want to reshape and rebuild the program. So, yeah. So, exactly. I agree with you 100%. Love that little mama's returning, expecting great things from her, says VM Matt. Good stuff. Okay. A couple of news nuggets. We'll go through some of those flyers that are at the end of the page there, Kelvin, so just you can see. This infographic that you found, the top 10 hardest public universities to get into. Now,
not HBCUs now.
Right. But who put this out there? Because as you can see, who's in there at number 7, right above another school in Tallahassee at number 8?
FAMU.
Who published this? Who did this?
And just look at the caliber of schools that surround us, right? UCLA, Georgia Tech, Cal Berkeley, Chapel Hill, UNC, Georgia Tech, Michigan, University of Virginia, University of Florida. I mean, all those schools are, cream of the crop, man.
Yep.
And I have mixed feelings though about that because
why?
Because FAMU, we came up with, had greatness, had the same caliber of students, but we also had a little more balance. We had a lot more, a few more diamonds that we had to polish. Start off as coal and came diamond, so to speak. So and that was our mission. So I kind of missed that part of it, but hey, it is what it is.
I tell you, it's one of those things where I look at it and say, what is our overall population? Are we back up at 10,000 yet, or is it just under 10?
Well, hopefully it'll be over 10 this year, coming year, but it's been slightly under the last couple of years.
What is the EA said here? Is that really something to brag about based on the foundation in which HBCUs were founded?
Times are different. Times are different. Politics in the state are different. It is something to be proud of. The question you ask and that we wrestle with, and which is why I say, I miss a part of it, is that, we're pushing more kids to the other schools and to the junior college, the community college system. We turn rate great kids. We turn rate kids that 3.5s and slightly above average test scores. Is competitive. So
does FAMU? I know some colleges do this. Again, I teach in the Orlando area, and I know that, for example, the University of Central Florida has an agreement with some of the community schools in the area, Valencia, Seminole State.
Yes, we all the SUS system have a night program, or what, a program that I think is mandated by the state, right? So you go, if you get your AA from a state community college, 4-year college now, because most of them are off of 4-year degrees too. But yeah, you have automatic interest. Most of them have agreements with almost all the universities, but there's
but definitely FAMU does have that. FAMU does have that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
TCC. So, it's called a night program.
2+2 is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. JT said 2+2 is a thing.
Yeah.
Ignite programs is what Rattler and Arms said. So my point is, are we FAMU? If it's this hard to get into FAMU, are we the kids who just miss getting in, right? Do you feel like we are, and this may be a question, I don't know if we can answer this, but it kind of goes to the point of, are we staying engaged with the kids that just miss? Are we encouraging them that, hey, you can still be a part of this after you get your A? It may be tough to get in right now.
Well, you got to remember, some of those kids have, a lot of those kids, we ain't talking about kids who can't get in, right?
We're
talking about kids, we turn away kids who can get into a lot of schools.
That's true.
And so they end up going to other schools, a lot of them.
That's a good point.
I wish, now that we've got our dorm inventory somewhat back up, we got multiple cafeterias, we got a lot of infrastructure that we need in order to house and those kids. We really need to be looking to get our enrollment back up.
Yeah,
that's our next step.
Yeah, look, Chuck, I think with the high standards that our university has now, I probably wouldn't have gotten into FAMU coming out of high school either. And I thought I was doing okay coming out of high school. But the standard has gone up.
Way up.
Way up.
Way up. And then they used to have profile admits or special admits where that number used to be around anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 at its peak. And I know now that it's under 1,000. They don't have many waivers. It's very competitive. And that also is a testament to how well our coaches are doing in athletics, because our athletes have to meet those entry standards in most cases too.
That's a good point. Yeah. All right. So just thought I'd mention that. Okay, moving on. Got to let you know that the FAMU Rattler Boosters kickoff luncheon, the date has been announced, and there's a QR code that you can scan to buy tickets. It's going to be on Saturday, August 22nd, 2:00 in the Al Lawson Multi-Purpose. Individual tickets for $75, or you can purchase a table, for $600, and then you can, invite your friends, your coworkers. You can invite us to sit at your table, whatever you want to do. Do that with $600, but buy a table, and then you can attend. So Saturday, August 22nd, and usually, of course, it's an introduction of usually the fall sports. So you'll see the football program. You'll introduce the our championship volleyball program. The cheerleaders will be there. There'll even be opportunities to take pictures, and they'll do kind of a fan day thing, usually afterwards, if I'm not mistaken. Usually that's how that rolls. Any other activities going on that weekend? Sometimes I felt like last year, wasn't it a busy weekend? Something else was going on at the same time.
Usually I know like fall moving is going on.
Okay.
Everybody's moving into the dorms. And of course, with that week, they have all kind of activities for the students, and I know they have some kind of orientation about how to, to do for the freshmen to do how to do the cheers and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there is a lot of activities generally going on the week before school starts.
All right. We'll make plans to be there August 22nd, 2026 at the Rattler Boosters kickoff luncheon. Again, want to encourage you, if you have not signed up to be a member of the Booster Club, you can do that. I did have let me see. Yep. FAMURattlerBoosters.com. That's the website. So go be a part. Again, the Rattler Boosters are the only direct support organization for FAMU athletics. So there you go. And you can also find them on Instagram, FAMU Rattler Boosters. So if you're not following on Instagram, hey, go do that as well, please. Our good friend this is the Rattler Booster. I thought this was Road Dog for a second.
No, I think that's the Boosters. Yeah.
They done took over. Anyway,
just one game.
Okay. Again, Rattler Boosters promoting the one-day bus trip to Montgomery. I'm assuming this is from Tallahassee.
Correct.
125
Bragg Stadium.
From Bragg Stadium. 8:00 departure time. The game is an afternoon game.
Yeah, like 3, 2,
okay,
2-day time, maybe 3-hour time, something
and
like that.
After the game, you can you'll probably be back sometime a little bit before midnight, 11 o'clock, somewhere like that, and all good. One-day bus trip. Can't beat it. Good deal, especially with gas prices. Who knows if they'll be back under, if they'll be under $3 or $3.50.
No. Yeah, you'll be doing good if it's under $4.
Yeah.
Well, for those of us who have to use premium anyway.
Yeah. Oh well. See, tough life y'all got. Team 87 over here, baby. Good question, Tim. Tim Young with great questions on Facebook.
All we can tell you is we'll know. You'll know when we know.
We'll let you know when we know. There we go.
We got a standing invite, and we've been told it's gonna happen. We'll see.
Hopefully, hey, look, we're already reserved to be at SWAC Football Media Day. Who knows? Maybe Kelvin and I will get a chance to do a live or recorded interview with him at SWAC Football Media Day in Birmingham. That's coming up in 14 days. Actually, 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today in Birmingham, Alabama. SWAC Football Media Day, man. Where do you think they're going to rank? Where do you think they're going to rank us?
If you look at all the podcasters and so forth, I think they still got cozy on the mind. They don't realize. I think I'm being real serious now. I think they're not realizing how great of staff we have, number one, and number two, and Coach said it, and I'm glad he said it. We have talent. We had talent last year. Now, it wasn't necessarily put in the best position, and we might not have the best talent on the field, which Coach alluded to too. But we have talent, we have speed, we have a quarterback that been there, done that, knows our system we're gonna run with the coordinator and the head coach. We have a lot of good, and we got 6 home games, 8, 9 in the state of Florida. And you know that Coach Gray and a lot of his staff, they take great pride in defending Bragg, which is why I gave us the 6 wins in Bragg already. So it just matter how we do on the road and how our health comes along. But I expect great strides with the defense. I expect our offense to be more explosive than people anticipating. And then, in the SWAC, just like I said, when you got good quarterback play, you got a chance every time. So, but yeah, they'll put us probably at the highest 3rd in the East, more than likely 4th in the East. That's what I'm expecting.
The ceiling will be 3rd. The floor will be 5th. So,
oh my God!
Looks like USA just. I was just about to say USA's leading 1-0, but maybe going up 2-0, maybe not. Doesn't look like they are. Strike Tour 2026 is coming up next week. And we got a couple of flyers that we've seen come out. Of course, Marvin Green was on the show. Marvin Green Jr. on the show last week. Was it last week? The days are running by me. Last week or the week before? I think it was last week. One of the last 2 weeks. I can't even keep it straight anymore.
I'm old.
But anyway, he gave us the dates. Told us that the Strike Tour will begin July 10th in South Florida. And there you see the flyer right there. Well, actually, no. Some of the dates are a little bit different than what we originally thought. So hold on. Let me fix something here because I noticed that's a little bit different then. All right. So they must have moved. So what date is the South Florida date?
I think that's right. Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, right?
Okay. You know what? The flyers are so similar. It's throwing me off because I'm reading one thing and looking at another.
Yeah, they start in South Florida, then they go to Central Florida, and then they go to Duval.
Okay, so there you go. So, okay, I'll make sure I'm reading it right. That threw me off. Okay. The South Florida on Friday, July 10th, 6 o'clock at Broward College, Bailey Hall, 2nd floor is where that will be. Then the next day on Saturday, July 11th, At 4 o'clock at Love First Christian Center. Hosted by, let me see, what does it say? Hosted by T-Man Sampson.
Jomo Cousins.
Watch
the show next week.
Jomo confirmed for next week's show.
We have some people to talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bet. And then of course the 12th they'll move to Jacksonville. So, so that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday moving through the state. And again, confirmed for these first 3 dates in the state are head basketball coaches, Coach Charlie Ward, Coach Bridget Gordon, of course, Coach Quinn Fordham Gray, Senior, all confirmed for the 3 dates. And then later in July, they will move to Chicago on the 24th and to Atlanta on the 25th. You know what I'm going to ask? I'm going to say for ticketing information, I'm not really sure what you do. I hate to say that, but I'm going to say it.
Rick, I know for the Central Florida one, he's put the link in the chat.
He did or is? There it is.
That is. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to put this up because I know Rick's on Facebook. So for the folks on YouTube, there is the link to be a part of the Tampa.
Yes,
is that Tampa and South Florida?
No, that's Central
July
Florida.
11th. Okay,
yeah.
So July 11th. All right, looks like we got a USA goal.
Yeah.
USA up 2-0 now, which they should be against this group.
Yeah.
Bosnia.
But I tell you, well, I'm gonna let you finish this. We'll end with soccer talk. This.
Okay, we'll come back to that. I think that I get everything else here. Okay, so there's the information. Appreciate Rick. Appreciate you dropping that in the chat. Of course, folks on Facebook, but now everybody sees it there on YouTube. Okay. We got a special guest who's going to join the show. Kelvin.
What? The devil is a liar.
Look who's joining the show. Sit your camera now. None other than the professor. Marcus Green, ladies and gentlemen. Say hello. Hold on, Marcus. Hold on. I got you here. Hold on, Kelvin. Watch this for Marcus, because I know it's been a minute. We don't want Marcus to feel left out here. Joining the show. Welcome back. Green. Give you a little pause. Professor, how you doing there?
Oh man, it's been yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
I got you. It's good to see you though, man.
Yeah,
good
man.
Good to see y'all. Yeah, I caught the tail end. I guess USA. I just got in. USA scoring goals and yeah, I'm glad you updated on the strike tour, because I was confused, because just like you, I saw all the similar flyers and I was trying to keep who's where and what is that, who's doing what.
Yeah. The flyers they're a little similar. It took me a second to read them, but the dates are correct though. So the dates are correct and confirmed for all 5 dates are Coach Gordon, Coach Ward, Coach Gray. Now, I still haven't heard, and I know we've got our brother Rick in the watching, or anybody else who might be watching. We're still waiting to get confirmation if any of our other coaches will be joining them in the Florida stops. Mm-hmm. Coach Ellenwood, Coach Rice, Coach Nikki. Who knows? We don't know. Coach Gokhan. We haven't heard yet or gotten official word if any of them will be on these stops. Hopefully. Let me see. Today's the 1st. Hopefully by next Wednesday, we'll know one way or other, because they'll be actually doing it next weekend. Mm-hmm. So, but it's a good opportunity. to get them ready for the year.
Absolutely, and we need you. We need your support. I mean, we got championship programs. You know, we got summer school going on. We got facility needs needed, so we got to support our team and our coaches and our programs.
Marcus, what do you make? We mentioned it earlier in the show to open the big news of Camden Cooper, the second 3/4-star men's basketball recruit. He will be part of the class of 2027. But that's, you know, that caught a lot of folks' eyes and attention. Young man from Jacksonville, Florida. What's your thoughts on that recruiting piece of news?
Well, I think it's a testament to Coach Ward and his staff, just to bring in someone of that caliber, and especially coming off the year that we had where we were expected not to do as well and ended up basically exceeding expectations and making some noise in the tournament. So I think it's just continuing on the momentum, and I'm glad to see it, because you look at the folks that have been offered and even the signings, you know, there's a definite excitement around the program. I'll put it like that. Yeah. And I don't know if we had a different staff, if we would be signing those same players, or if we had the same staff.
Yeah. What I said, Marcus, was I love the fact that this staff has came in and done treated how they approach recruiting and how they see our program. They treat it like they were, like whether they were at a Power 5 or it doesn't matter. They approaching how they run their program exactly how it should be, professional and with expectations, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
How about some of the other sporting news and recruiting info that you see? And obviously, I was able to. I know I did an update last week on on various sports. Has there been any kind of news or anything you've seen over the past week, whether it be just offers or things of that nature, that's kind of caught your eye?
And I don't know and I didn't get a chance to watch last week's show, so I don't know if you looked at the slides or just went over the names. But I guess for 2028, Coach Gokon's already got 2 commitments in volleyball, which I'm like 2 years in advance. I think it's the first time we've had 2 years in advance.
Right.
So there's a young lady out of Jacksonville. I played for Bishop Kenny, and then another young lady. Goodness gracious, just went out of my mind.
Let me see. I may still have it. Have you I don't know. Have you updated anything?
I have the slides, but I haven't uploaded them. So, I mean, I don't know. I can share my screen. And I don't know which ones. I mean, I have 2026, all the basketball. I have all the 2026 class. I'm still looking, because I remember Coach Gokon mentioned he was still looking for one more player after the transfers in the winter, and I haven't seen anything yet. I know there's one young lady said she's committed to FAMU, but I'm kind of like, because it's not typical. Like, usually the FAMU account will follow players that they're looking at, and I haven't seen any volleyball highlights on any social media I could find on her, so I'm not sure 100%. But I know he was looking for one more. So I have 27, I have 26, 27, and 28 for Olympic sports. And there's a couple, one of the private chats mentioned there was another player. It looks like, I'm assuming a preferred walk-on from Miami, from North Miami High School, DB. And I guess we already went over the offensive lineman that was at Albany State who transferred.
I don't know. Did we talk about him last week, Kelvin?
I don't know,
because I think his announcement came after the show,
or at least on Wednesday sometime. Right? But
I guess he was a true freshman, and he made I forgot what.
Wait a minute, are you talking? That's 2 different people. Are you talking about the one from Albany State?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm sorry. He was a true freshman last year.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I
Okay, that's what I was saying.
apologize.
I'm like, huh?
And let me see, I'm looking real quick. We did get another baseball, at least 2 baseball commits, but I think they committed before the previous show. Logan Keller, I guess that's how you pronounce his name. He's a pitcher from Rockford University, and Mikey Mariquin. He's transferring from Presbyterian, but he played at Jefferson High School. And track, I guess Kelvin, you probably went over Usir Bay. I know you sent that tweet out last week. So he committed, transferring in from Coffeyville Community College, and actually ran track at Monroe High School in Albany.
Quarter miler. The one sprint thing we've been missing on the men's side.
Yeah, that's true.
And you guys already covered that. Paris Rogers and softball. Yeah, so that's 2026, and I can upload these so you can review 2027. I'm trying to think if we got any new ones there. Did you already go over? You probably did. Naima Johnson from Umbarto on softball for 2027.
Let me see. I pulled up the sheet here. Let me see. Softball is first up. Let me see. Did we mention her or not? I don't think I did.
Yeah, I think she announced around the same time too, like on that Wednesday of last week. So I don't think it was on the slides.
Okay. Well, I can share it real quick. Let me see if I can get this right. Let me see.
While you're doing that, let me hit a couple questions. Hollow.
That's incorrect. Hollow. We'll have 15. You ain't gotta worry. We ain't told everything yet.
Right.
But
it's not.
But don't worry. Yeah. Coach is coming on the show this month now.
There will be 11 to 12 new players. Right. Actually, 8 or 9 of them are already committed and signed. So there's about 2 or 3 open spots that we're still waiting to decide on. So I can't tell you that. This is maybe a question more so for Marcus's numbers about getting the 14.
Yeah, that's another thing.
You're still updating that, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
I did see a video of voluntary workouts with the team, and I saw that our freshmen old linemen were out there working out with the team, and I imagine they're gonna have opportunity to contribute.
Oh, don't want to do that. Move that over here. All right. So we can go through it real quick, and I even updated the green ones. But so you probably already gone through some of these, but
yeah, fire away with what you got.
All right. Is it showing? It looks like it hasn't moved. Oh, that's because I moved it here.
Yeah, you were in complete control of the slides.
All right, let me get to my slide controller.
It's like you upgraded the graphic. Yeah,
he did.
I did.
He did. You noticed that, right?
Well, at least he was doing something while he was away.
New year, new graphics. That's a good one.
Oh, that's foul. Man, now I can't see the controls. I was like, all right, what's going on? Man, what is going on?
Tell Marcus has been away. He forgot how it worked.
Yeah, I did.
Let's see. That's why I said sometimes if you just share it with me, there you go. You got it.
Yeah, it was hidden. All right, softball. You know about Skylar Scott. She committed a long time ago, and actually she was in the state championship game. I haven't updated these for the 2026 season. These are some of the early commits in softball. So I think we're talking about Elijah Tomlinson. So she committed way back. Amira Peterson from Fort Myers. Naima Johnson. I don't know if I pronounced her name right. But she committed last week on the 24th, which I guess is about a week ago.
Yeah.
And Bartow was
that's
in
new.
And Bartow was in the Class 6A state championship game. But she's got a lot of accolades. So she's a coup for Coach Beal.
Oh yeah.
Volleyball. I haven't seen any new ones in volleyball. So I'm still looking for 2027, but Coach Gokon's getting 2028 commitments. Baseball.
Reclassified?
I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
And so Camden Cooper is the latest. And I guess my challenge here, I was trying to look up information. I don't know. So he's gone from St. John's Country Day to Nice to, I think this last year he's going to play for San Jose Prep.
Right. He's been going to a prep school in Jacksonville.
Yeah, so I've been trying to track and understand and, of course, try to get all the postseason stuff, but trying to figure out.
Well, one of the things that, Marcus, that Kelvin brought up was that he reclassified apparently.
Yeah, reclassified. He was 28.
2028
originally.
And like maybe a week and a half ago. Maybe it was the day before his commitment. He said, I'm switching up. I'm changing classes. So just the fact that, not only the accolades and I guess the ratings as a player, but that he's moving up a year. Yeah. So once again, and you look at all the potential lineup and all the offers that Coach Lazarus and Coach Ward are making. They've got some athletic bigs they're offering. They got some stretch fours. They got some. So it's a whole lot.
I'm told that there's some other talent in the pocket, just waiting for it to come out. So it's just and I've seen some of the offers. That's the one thing now you're getting the kids who are offering. It's like, whoa,
yeah.
So
and they're waiting on the waiver too, which they should have a decision within the next week with Ndama.
Yeah. Hopefully with the new NCAA 5-5 that he'll get it. I would hope.
I would think so.
So that's 2027. Let me see if I can pull up 2026. Just go over some of those. Oh, yep, pulled right up. All right. So you guys probably talked about Paris Rogers. I haven't seen any of the softball stuff yet. But she committed beginning of last month. Where she signed.
She definitely feels a need in the infield at first base.
Let's take it. No new volleyball. Baseball signed a bunch. Y'all probably went over all that, but man, these are all the ones we talked about, and then they added some more.
Did you guys see the Marcus? You sent this to us. The recruits, the top. Obviously, we know the transfer portal in the SWAC, and it had the listing that had all of the SWAC baseball transfers. Was it you who sent that graphic, or was it you, Kelvin?
Somebody compiled it on Twitter. Now, I have a slide sheet for the FAMU ones, and actually there was a name that was missing that I saw on that Twitter post. It was probably in the middle of the month or beginning of the month.
Right. But I was noting that 2 of the top 3 players in the SWAC in the transfer portal from the SWAC were, of course, FAMU guys, Jay Campbell and Jackson McKenzie.
Bethune lost one too.
They did.
Yeah.
They've lost a few.
Yeah.
So these are the baseball guys.
So how many guys on that? And on all, okay, so here's the question: all of these guys are tentatively scheduled for fall 20 or what, the 27 season?
Yes.
So that means they'll be on campus in the 26th in a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
So how many have you done a total number? How many? It looks like there's about 20 guys there, Marcus.
Yeah, I haven't run the numbers, and actually, I don't think I have a spreadsheet for.
Well, one thing I can tell, what I can tell you, we already had, even though most of them were pictures, we had at least 8 to 10 seniors,
So
and then
8 to 10 seniors,
and then we had the ones who jumped in the portal, which was 4.
About 8. There's about there was more. I thought there was more than 4 that jumped in the portal.
Yeah, it was like 8 or 9.
Well, I thought there was about 8 or 9.
It was some walk-on guys that I think left, but I think scholarship guys was on the 4.
roster though, right? Because you only get 30, 33?
35, somewhere in there.
Well, remember, it's not an equivalency sport anymore. So everybody don't have to be on scholarship. You can still have walk-on.
But they count. I thought they count towards your roster though.
No, well, let me just check on that. But I think there's a different way of doing that.
Okay, that's interesting because I thought that
was just like with football. I mean, some people get partials and you got,
but they still count towards the roster though.
I thought
the roster limit
the head count once we committed to
what you're missing. Even if they do, what you're missing is if they you can break them down still percentage wise, and some might be getting book stipends, some might be very few, at least. That's the way coach used to do it. I don't know. He might change a little bit now, but very few are getting full scholarships.
Now, this young man, I think he changed his mind because I saw some on social media. But let's see, that makes 1, 2. Come on, man. What's it? 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hey, Jens P. Who is it who transferred to EWU?
One of them guys I'm referencing.
It's
not the 4. Not one of the 4.
Right. What was it? What was the number you came up with, Marcus?
Yeah, it was about 20. I'd have to go back and make sure I didn't double count, but it looked like it was about 20.
Right.
So I don't know I think we did talk about Karina Marcellus.
Yes. Yep, we did.
And Sydney Love.
Yep.
Joshua Howell. The Creekside of St. Augustine. Adonai Nibhard Belcher. He transferred. I think that was mid. He's come from Albany.
We did talk about him because I remember the graphic with the snakes on the track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Yusir Bay.
That's new.
Yeah, we didn't.
I know Kelvin retweeted that. Yeah.
But we ain't talking about him on the show though.
What does he run? What does Bay run?
That's the quarter mile I was talking about.
Oh, the quarter. Okay. All right.
He runs the 4 and the 2, but his specialty is the 4.
Oh, okay. Basketball, I'm sure we went over. I don't think there's anybody new.
Yeah, no, we've gone through basketball.
And I think men's basketball we went through as well.
Yep.
And I think that's it for 2026. And we just did 2027. In 2028, we had the two volleyball commits, but that's pretty commendable considering. I mean, 2 years in advance, and you can see the follows on social media on the.
Were any of those? Remember the young ladies we spotlighted? Were any of those young ladies are the ones from camp?
The 2 that committed? I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
What were the names? What were the names?
I'll scroll down real quick because I think volleyball is first or second. And it says 17 slides because I use the same template. But the only 2 that are on here are the 2 volleyballs. Chelsea Akata Kang.
Hakuna Matata.
I'm dead. I knew you were a fool. Lord have mercy.
So she's out of Bishop Kenny High School, and she
Okay.
committed about a week ago. And then the next one, Michaela Johnson, out of McGill Tulane in Mobile, and they just won a state title, Class 7A. So she committed the 27th.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were at the camp. I bet if you looked at their Instagrams, you'll see that they were probably at camp.
Yeah, I was curious about that. I did look at some of those. I saw some folks who retweeted it or put it on Instagram when it came up on a search. I didn't see either one of their names, but I saw other people. There was a young lady from Hawaii and a couple other folks that said, "Hey, I had a great time at camp." So it looks like, and they were 2027s and 2028s.
Well, we highlighted the video made by a young lady in the class of 28, Kendall Saunders. Did you?
Okay.
I've shared it, but we aired it on the show. I mean, she made a great video.
She did
of what the camp week was like. I mean, it was the best one I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So, but okay. Love what Coach Gokon's doing. Love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to support
We
him
need those
too.
schedules out. I need to see the schedule, though. Come on. I want to see what the schedule's like. Maybe we'll get them here in July.
All right.
They coming.
Hopefully.
I already touched bases. They coming.
All right.
I got it.
Okay. All right. Anything else in recruiting, Marcus?
I don't know. I guess for football, I mean, there's been little sprinkles, but I'm suspecting there'll be a lot of roster surprises. There'll probably be names on there that may not have popped up on social media, like, "Hey, I'm going to FAM." So I'd imagine once those come down, we'll see a whole bunch more names.
Well, you got to remember, fall practice started at the end of this month, not in August.
Yeah, because of week 0.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm thinking is that by the time the roster gets released, depending on when it gets released, but there'll probably be some names that we're like, oh, probably. I'm guessing on average it's usually about 4, like maybe 5 or 6 players that, oh, where did they come from? So I would expect that. And I guess I forgot whose question it was. I suspect O-lineman will probably be a premium because it seems like we got enough skill position. I mean, we got wide receivers, otherwise they're just returning players and the ones that are transferred in. So I'd imagine the lines are probably key. And I guess June 15th, for Division II, I think that was like their unofficial deadline to, if you're going to jump, that's when you need to declare. So we'll have to see how things pan out there and what that means in terms of whether more offensive linemen are brought in or already here, just based on either come from the D2 level.
Yeah, and this also July 1st today was the cutoff. Well, yesterday was the cutoff day, where if you weren't going to renew a kid, you had to they had to be notified. So by July 1st. So I do imagine we'll have a couple of linemen on both sides probably that appear. And Coach said as much. He always looking for good linemen.
Mm-hmm.
Need the depth.
Oh yeah, Trey Craft. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't see the chat when I was doing the spread thing. Trey Craft, yeah, he announced early, but
still haven't heard where Jay Campbell. Jay Campbell, we haven't heard anything about yet.
No, still haven't heard anything.
All right.
I'm hopeful. That one I'm holding out hope.
Yeah, hopefully he'll come back. Hopefully the door is still open to come back.
Yeah.
I want to bring up FAMU Day at the Trop. I did get a message that Rattler and Arms and the Pinellas, the South Pinellas chapter of the Alumni Association, they're working to try to get Coach Ellenwood, Coach Beal, and Rice to this event. So if you haven't already, think about attending FAMU Day at the Trop Friday, July 31st against the Chicago White Sox. Should be a good game. White Sox are a pretty good ball club. Rays. This is a potential, dare I say, two playoff teams. One or both of these two teams could end up in the playoffs. So you got to get a good game, and if you buy a certain ticket level, you can get that nice little poncho. Of course, the sizes I think are only large and XL. So sorry, big fellas, we lose out to the small guys with this group.
Unless you want to be tight.
No, we don't.
You want to look swole.
You look a little more than swole. Can't breathe. Right. Anyway. But all right. Well. Okay. Well, anything else on the agenda, Kelvin, that we forgot that we want to get to as we are winding it down, getting ready to close up shop?
No. We got swag. We already talked about Swag Media Day coming up in 2 weeks. I think we covered everything.
I got a general question for you if once you're done. Okay, so to close the show, I'll ask each of you. You know, on Sunday, AD Drew and I did the top. We all month we were doing the top 25 stories of the year, and we concluded our top 5. So I'm curious for you guys, what and there's a lot of stuff that happened, but what was your story of the year? What was the event or story that kind of resonates most with you among the HBCU sporting diaspora from the 25-26 calendar year?
You're right. So much
happened. Is there anything that jumps off the page to you when you think back to the past year?
Well, Bethune-Cookman baseball, I guess, with their out of conference wins against two SEC squads actually, along with a lot of Sun Belt. I mean, they played everybody in the state and they beat almost all of them.
You know what? That's a good one. You know what? Sadly, that did not make our top 25. And that, talk about missing. We did miss on that. I don't think we did mention Bethune-Cookman's beating, was it Florida and LSU on the road? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I guess for me, I'm thinking, I'm trying not to be too biased, but women's track winning indoor and outdoor. I would say Bethune-Cookman basketball, even though they got upset in the tournament, but for the most part of the year, and I think they had they played Auburn that they lost to by single digits, like 4 points or somebody early in the non-conference season, and they pretty much during the regular season kind of held their own. So Bethune-Cookman there. I guess on the fortunate side for us, or for FAMU, is just, I guess, the controversy. I think that was this past year or last summer with AD's VP Suggs. So that kind of sticks out a little bit. And
yeah, it was kind of right.
I guess South Carolina State winning Celebration Bowl. In terms of
number one.
That
game, and that was our number one story.
Yeah, how it happened and how things, and I guess the missed field goal was it by a freshman, and then going to overtime and all that stuff. So that was pretty.
There was a lot. There was a lot that went in that game. The comeback, the trailing at half, the comeback, the back and forth. Then you had the overtime. Yeah, the backup quarterback. Everybody had a chance to win in overtime, but nobody won it. Then you had the missed field goal. You had the controversial reach for the pylon. All that stuff, man. All that stuff happened in one game. 10th anniversary of the Celebration Bowl.
I guess that's when you want it to happen on like a milestone celebrate and milestone year to make it memorable.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess the other.
I think you would have to add Delaware State, Deshaun Jackson.
Oh yeah, his first year coming in and doing what he did.
Yeah, he and Mike Vick. That was story number 2 for us. The Mike Vick and Deshaun Jackson experience. That was story number 2. So, okay.
And I had something in mind. I just slipped my mind, but yeah, I think that pretty much caps.
Well, I just wanted to throw that out, and get your fellas' thoughts on it. Is July?
The other one, I don't know if it's a story per se, but I guess whatever numbers or the viewership for SWAC TV, its launch on social media platforms. I mean, not social media, but streaming platforms, and being able to have it proliferate as much as it did. I mean, that was a boon. I was able to see all the games, and I guess the few that were on ESPN, but just having that and going into its first year, and it seems like it's been pretty well received. I mean, there's been some things here and there. I guess there's some unevenness in terms of the facilities being able to accommodate certain things. Some are more camera ready or video production ready than others across the different sports. And we did notice some things there, but otherwise, in terms of the launch of it.
Little baby said Mike Vick not having a good first year. Jens P. Prairie View with a big come up, winning men's basketball and
football. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and not to put another.
There go EA. They have 6-5. They grew from 5 to about 10.
Wow. This was, speaking of SWAC TV, SWAC TV was also the debut, also alongside SIAC Network, which, so the only conference that doesn't have its own, the only HBCU-centric conference that does not have its own media deal, so to speak, is the MEAC, because they still do a lot of their stuff with ESPN Plus.
Their own in-house controlled media deal.
Yeah. So, all right.
Got band camp coming up soon too.
Band camp.
Yeah. Got to find out the information, see if I can get anybody to come on next week.
Okay. Band camp coming up. All right. Well, good stuff. Any anniversaries on July 4th? Any July 1st? Anything else? No. 250. You excited?
Well, good.
No, not really. Huh?
Well, I mean, it's good. They're still around as a country. I'm not necessarily a fan of who happens to be in leadership during our 250th. I think it could have been. There would have been a lot more excitement.
Well, the climate with the Supreme Court and what they're doing, and the political climate here in the state and nationally is kind of it is conflicting for me as an African American male to celebrate. I get some ribs. I'll eat. No, I'll probably do a crab boil this time, and get some fireworks. But
you know what I
ain't got nothing else to do.
You know what I would love to see some content creators do. I mean, and I know, look, 250. Like I don't remember the 200th, even though I was alive for it. I don't remember it. I didn't celebrate it, and the likelihood that I'm around for the 300, I mean, God's plan, right? So with that said, how we remember 250, right? I would love to see a lot of these content creators, especially our Black Afrocentric content creators, create some kind of things like maybe 250 accomplishments by, Black men and women in America, or, top 10 moments in 250 years. I don't know, something that is going to go viral that can be shared with young people to remind them, folks, us, of all the accomplishments that have been
sacrifices,
made. Right? That sacrifices and accomplishments. Well said.
Celebrations, right?
Celebrate.
Yes.
I think why at some point people say, "Oh, how can we celebrate 250?" Well, our ancestors have, as you said, sacrificed, accomplished, and given so much to this country that it feels, and this is me speaking, it feels disingenuous to not recognize those accomplishments. I mean, we can feel some kind of way about America 250. Yeah, we can feel some kind of way about that in this climate, but let's not be so dismissive of that we forget that we are still a part of this, and we have a story within the 250, and we need to share it with the young people. They need to be reminded of it. They need to know that your ancestors, people who look like you, browns, dark-skinned individuals, contributed to this country over the 250 years.
A little bit more than contribute.
Well,
all the way to the DC.
Contribute is contribute. Contribute
Design,
is contribute.
Built,
hey,
fed, raised.
I'm saying, I'm okay. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like JT said, we helped build this country. So let's maybe we didn't run it, but we damn sure built it. So and so off our backs, off our ancestors' backs, this country is here. So we have a story, and don't let anybody just diminish it. We too can celebrate,
That's true.
and
true.
We too can celebrate 250 because of what was done. All right, so that's my PSA for this weekend. Remember, if you go into Saturday with 10 fingers and 10 toes, please make sure you come up on Sunday with 10 fingers and 10 toes. That's the objective. Don't lose a digit messing around with fireworks. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Don't hold it in your hands. Just put it in a bottle, stick it in the ground.
Put it down.
Yeah.
And don't point it at anybody.
And stop be playing with people, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Don't be putting stuff in people's pockets and shirts and all that kind of stuff, man. Stop playing.
Yeah, be putting it in somebody's back pocket and light it. Come on now, don't do that. No. Don't be that guy. It's not funny. Not fun. No. All right. I want to encourage everybody. Have a safe 4th of July weekend, however you choose to celebrate it, or wherever you are. If you have to cook out, make sure don't leave the sides on the counter too long. Food prep. We don't need people being sick. So please adhere to proper cooking protocols.
Don't visit the National Mall and look at the green water.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Just walk by. Don't stare too long.
No.
Don't stare too long.
Don't get accused of trying to
don't put your hand in the water.
Damage.
You might get accused of damage. You put your hand in the water just to feel if it is water. Don't do that. Don't poke the bear.
Don't put your hand in it at all. Did you see them dead ducks?
Yeah.
What?
No, what? Ooh. Dead ducks?
Yeah, little ducklings. They were dead ducks.
Are you serious?
Ducks were dying in that pool, man.
Algae got to them. Damn, killer algae. See,
yeah.
There's a movie right there, Killer Algae. We in trouble. Be safe. Be safe. No drinking and driving.
Yep.
You know,
Please.
no arrests, all that good stuff. Be safe. Go check out the BCSN Pod Zone. All of the shows on the Black College Sports Network are available in podcast format. BCSN Pod Zone, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and more. Everywhere that you listen to podcasts, download, rate, review, subscribe, more importantly. And we appreciate it. Again, I hope you got a chance to catch the interview with Coach Ryan Lewis Sr. You can find his interview and all of the shows on our O&G StrikeZone YouTube page. We are part of the Black College Sports Network, and we thank everybody in the chats for contributing to the show. Hit the thumbs up and the like button on your way out the door, and be safe, Rattler Nation. Have a great week. Marcus, Kelvin, be safe this weekend.
You too,
and I look forward to seeing you all next weekend, next Wednesday. Peace out, Rattler Nation.